You were recruited by Brad Scott, his staff, obviously for a year. Brad Scott was your head coach, and you were part of the group that went through the transition from Scott to Lou Holtz. But talk about first your recruitment, your relationship with Brad Scott. I know Brad Scott is someone Gamecock fans certainly have mixed feelings on because we all know where he's at now and what he's done and what he's accomplished and all that good stuff. But anyways, just talk about that relationship with Brad Scott, your recruitment, why you chose South Carolina.
Well, number one, I love Brad Scott.
I don't
Yeah,
dislike him. I'm just saying some fans might
Oh,
feel
I
some
know.
type of way.
I always have to. I always have to defend him. He's a
Yeah.
great recruiter. Um, Coming out of high school, I was actually a huge Florida fan. For obvious reasons. If you play
Mhm.
wide receiver, and then Kentucky came out of nowhere in the 11th hour and tried to fly me down there because they were just throwing the ball all over the place.
Mhm.
But the main, it was two things that got me to, well, three things. One, they recruited a young man, Keith Matkins. He was like a awesome quarterback, and I went to camp with him, and we just gelled and just smoked everybody all over the place with him. So we clicked. Number two is Coach Pugh was a
Mhm.
running back coach. That's my godfather
Oh,
because
okay.
my dad, yeah, my dad was an athletic director of South Carolina State for 10 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so he hired Coach Pugh, hired Buddy Pugh. I mean, he hired Willie Jeffries back, that whole 9 yards. So it's already a family connection there. But then one of the main things, I went to the University of Florida
Mhm.
and went to a unofficial visit. And so I'm just going down the line, shaking hands, like, oh yeah, my name is Kenyon Rambo. I'm the number one receiver in Ohio. Oh, my name is Joe Blow. I'm the number one receiver in New Jersey. Oh yeah, this is Steve Schiff over there. He's the number one receiver in North Carolina last year, and he never saw the field.
Mm.
And there was like 13 of us. It was like a conveyor belt, like
This
just
is
just
this is
guys.
Spurrier's Florida teams. I mean, they're
Oh
he's got
yeah,
receivers on receivers just lining up to come play for him.
right. Yeah, he comes to the locker room. He comes to my high school weight room. Not him, but Coach Collins, the wide
Mm.
receiver coach. He comes there. They get me out of biology class. He takes the championship ring and goes like this, and then tells me to go back to class. So I was like, oh hell yeah, I like these guys. Like super cocky, but didn't even say anything to me. But South Carolina, besides Brian Scott coming in
Mhm.
a little later, off of like a gray shirt type situation,
Right.
I was the only receiver they were recruiting in that class, and I was set to play the slot receiver behind Zola Davis.
Mhm.
So you got 12, 13 guys over here, in-state loyalty to all the Florida guys, or coming into Carolina being an incumbent to the man in the slot position, not getting promised, but about
Right. Right.
45, 50 balls a game in Brad Scott's offense.
Mhm.
And so, I talked to my dad. He was like, it's a no-brainer. And he's like, if you want to live in South Carolina, after you graduate, you might want to consider
Mhm.
Gamecock. So that was it.
And you were a local guy, right? Columbia, right? I mean, you're a Columbia native, correct?
Yeah, Spring Valley. Yeah,
So
right
did
down
you
the street.
did you factor in, like, did you want to get away from home? Was that like one of the things why you want to go to Florida, or like were you like torn on staying home or leaving?
You know what? I really didn't care too much because
I got you.
even to this day, I've never taken a sip of alcohol, don't smoke, don't drink
Right.
anything. So I was always in the house at 10 o'clock anyway. Anyway, I was on the marching band and on the football team. So like the get away from home party type deal, I didn't care. I just like how much Spurrier threw the ball,
Right.
which
No,
is
for
why I
sure.
was considered in Florida. Yeah.
So I'm sure you were a huge fan when South Carolina hired him, which we can get to later. But that's kind of ironic how that all kind of comes full circle, right? That's interesting.